Doing Theresa and Tammy.
Hi, Brian.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. My wife might be joining shortly as well.
Okay, perfect. I'll wait a couple minutes, then we'll get going. I
Okay.
do want to make sure that I get that whole workout in, so we can have a good
Okay.
little sweat before we head for bed. So how do you do in the cold, Brian?
I'm
With your
okay in the
runs?
cold. I'm
Yeah.
okay in the cold actually. It's the heat I don't do well in.
Okay. I'm a northern girl. You think the cold wouldn't scare me, but it does.
Yeah. You from North Bay?
I'm from Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Oh, goodness.
All right, gang, I think we'll get started. So first, I just want to say thank you, Brian, for having us be involved with your group. Again, Tammy, for your connection. We are excited to bring you a couple of different pieces to your running program. And I'm sure what I talk about today may not be a surprise to any of you, but I'm hoping that I'm able to shed some light on the value of strength training for runners. And we're going to go through a pretty quick lecture or a presentation on some of the points that I want to share with you tonight. And more importantly, is actually to go through some pieces with you so that maybe to give you some ideas of what you want to do when you're strength training. Just a little bit of background. My name is Theresa Carrier. I've been a personal trainer, specifically working with elite athletes for 25, 30 years now. And I am a runner myself. I enjoy running. It's something that not only helps me, I find physically, as I'm sure all of you experience, but the mental piece as well. I love to go out for a run just to clear my head and just to get the body moving. So I've been doing that for quite some time. And I just want to share not only my background in personal training and how running programs and strength training should really coincide, but also maybe to share some of my experience and what has worked for me as well. So I want to go through a few things with you. And as I mentioned, certainly some of these things will not be new to many of you. So strength training for runners. So what does it provide for you? And oftentimes when I go through the list, I think, how could we not strength train when we run? So let's just talk about some of the many benefits of strength training when we are on a running program. So I think the primary thing for me and for many runners is it reduces our risk of injury. So when we run or when we're involved in a running program, we do stress the same joints, the same muscles over and over again. So when we run into that overuse syndrome, that's when injuries start to present themselves. So oftentimes it's not specifically running, but it's the repetitive motion of the same motion over and over again. So when you involve strength training, it actually reduces the risk of injury because it presents or allows our muscles and our joints to experience something different. I know whenever my knees are an issue, whenever I start to feel my knees really cause me some problems, I'll say to myself, you haven't been in the weight room. You haven't been doing your weights. And as soon as I get back to my strength training, it's funny how the knee issues vanish. So just keep that in mind. So if you are experiencing some joint pain, whether it's back or knees, hips, just think about, what can I do to alleviate some of the stress on those joints? Through strength training certainly allows us to do that. It's a form of cross training. And I'm sure I'm not saying anything here that's new to any of you. It allows us to, again, have our muscles and joints experience something different, a different type of movement. So we're still getting that training. We're still working the body. We're still, overloading the quads and the hamstrings and the glutes, but in a different motion. So whenever we are able to do that, we're still enjoy the benefits of training without overusing the same muscles and performing the same exercises. So that cross-training element is really key. Improves muscle activation and recruitment and ensures muscle balance. Now, I have a couple of friends who are physiotherapists, and maybe some of this group, maybe there's somebody who is a physiotherapist, and you can agree with me or not, but from my friends, they will often say to me, we have so many runners coming in with joint issues because they have these strong quadriceps, and but their glutes aren't that strong, or their lateral the lateral muscles are non-existent. And so that's why they're experiencing this joint pain. So with strength training, not only do you alleviate that pain in your joints, but it improves the muscle activation. So I can get my glutes working because I use them in the weight room. So I've become familiar with feeling that type of movement, how they're being worked, and it obviously increases the strength of those glutes, those hamstrings, that low back, that core. So if we're able to engage more muscles, then our running becomes better. It just makes sense. Now we have all these different groups of muscles activated. They're firing off. So we're not just depending on our quads or the typical hamstrings. By, again, that muscle balance, it gives us an opportunity to focus because our motion in running is a forward motion. We don't have the opportunity to work the abductor and adductors, those muscles that support our knee joint. It doesn't give us the opportunity to get to the glutes the way we want so that we can support the hip area. So the strength training allows that activation, gets more muscles involved in our running movement. Obviously, with strength training comes increased strength. So why wouldn't we want to make our quads stronger, our hamstrings stronger, our core stronger? So with that added strength, now our running becomes really efficient and effective. Our biomechanics are improved. So our running just becomes that much stronger. Maintaining muscle tissue, which is sometimes lost during extensive running programs. So this is, again, another big issue when we run a lot of mileage, or when we have a lot of mileage involved and we cover a lot of mileage. We start to lose muscle, especially if our diet is not where it should be. And we'll talk about this later in the presentation. The body starts to use muscle for fuel. So if you don't have the calories you need in your diet, if you don't have your protein and carbs the way you should, the body starts to depend on the muscle tissue. And if we start to lose that muscle, it just makes sense that our running now becomes more labored. It becomes more challenging. So with strength training, we're able to maintain those strong muscles. So as we're going through the list, you're thinking, man, why are we not strength training when we're involved in a running program? And hey, I was guilty of this for many, many years. And let's talk about improved bone health. Talk to a runner that hasn't experienced joint issues. Very seldom will you find a runner who says, hey, I've never had any joint issues. And it's oftentimes because our muscles are weak. So if my quads or hamstrings or glutes are weak, I'm going to feel it. If there's muscle imbalance, I'm going to feel it in my joints. So to ensure that bone health, we have to provide it with assistance of strong muscles, and strong muscles that surround those joints. Muscles burn more calories, and oftentimes, and we'll talk about reasons why people typically don't strength train when they run. And this is often a surprise to them that muscles burn calories, not only when they're active, but at rest. So if we can gain more muscle, we will be leaner and we will be faster. So oftentimes, again, that misconception of, oh my God, if I strength train, I'm going to have too much bulk and it's going to slow me down, and it's not what I want. But we'll talk about what kind of strength training we need to do to ensure that doesn't happen. I enjoy strength training because it provides variety. I love to run. I will run 5-6 days a week. I love it. It's, as I mentioned, it just clears my head. I feel good after it. But I got to tell you, I enjoy my strength training. it just makes those long training regimens a little more exciting. Now I can throw in a very quick strength training workout and feel good about it. And just a little bit of flash, not to take away any of the hardworking coaches that put together really effective training programs. It's always nice to have a little bit of a variety so that you can still feel like you're getting strong and you still feel like you're working to those stronger, faster runs, but it gives you a little bit of spice in your daily programming. And ultimately, it will increase your confidence. You know, now you cannot find an elite athlete who does not strength train. So it doesn't matter what sport you're involved in, hockey, basketball, golfers now are strength training, as you see in the change in the golfing athlete. There's not an elite sport or even semi-pro or, you know, post-secondary or even in high school. Doesn't matter what athlete you are, all programs are now including strength training. And I think about, you know, my years in early running, you know, 20 years ago, maybe even as little as 10 years ago, where runners hesitated to strength train. And now every athlete, even our professional runners, are incorporating strength training. It just provides you not only your physical well-being, but it provides you with this mental ability of understanding that you put in some extra work, that you've now allowed those muscles to develop the way they should. It gives you that confidence. I know when I start to strength train that when I see that hill, and tell me if I'm wrong, you know, before I used to dread the hill, and now I look at that hill and I'm like, let's bring it. I got my quads are on fire, my hamstrings are ready, my glutes are on. I got this strong core now from my strength training that those hills now aren't intimidating. Now, believe me, I prefer the flat, but if there's a hill, it's like, okay, I got this. So there's this confidence that strength training provides for us. Really cool. I got to tell you, it has changed my running career, if you want to call it that, but it has made my running so much more enjoyable and certainly less painful. And I feel confident in knowing that I'm not jeopardizing my joints, especially as I get older. So we really want to be mindful of that. All right, so again, so we hear all the good things that strength training does for us as runners, but there's still so many of us that don't. And a lot of my friends are runners, and I'll often ask them the question, you know, why aren't you strength training? You know, we know how great it is. Why aren't we doing it? And these are reasons. These aren't excuses. So I certainly don't want to diminish. These are legit reasons. So let's talk about it. So why don't we strength train as runners? While we're involved in this extensive program, we have families, we have jobs, and we just don't have the time. You're asking me, okay, now I'm on this program, this running program that has me outside running 5-6 days a week. Where am I going to find the time to strength train? Legit, right? We only have so much time to give to our programming, to our workouts. How can I get now time to strength train? And that's why I'm here tonight, because you can get a great strength training workout in, and I'm sure Tammy would agree, you can do it in 30 minutes. So it doesn't have to consume a whole lot of your time. So you can pick 5 or 6 exercises and work them, and then do it again, you know, later in the week. So it can be a 30-minute fix. You don't even have to spend time to go to the gym when they reopen. You can do it right here at home. So we can make this so it's efficient and it doesn't consume a lot of your time. But it is certainly worth the minutes that you will spend doing it. I know when I was in heavy training, I'm exhausted. All my energy has to go into my long runs. And isn't that true? And it's true. Absolutely. I know some of you are out tomorrow for a long run, and you need to save your energy for that. And again, absolutely. So where do we find the energy? Well, we look at our schedule, and we take a look at our long runs, our moderate runs, our light runs, and that's when we slip it in. so that we do have the energy. Take a look at your schedule and say, where does it make sense for me to give another push? I certainly don't expect it Monday after your Sunday long run, but is there a time throughout the week where it's a lighter run? So of course, as you get closer, if we're talking racing, as you get closer to your race, we will eliminate that strength training. And there's certainly a structure to it. So keep that in mind. Place it, take a look at, and it may be different from week to week. Take a look, where does it make sense where I can give 30 minutes? And again, the 30 minutes goes by quick, so you only need that energy for a short time. All right, and some say, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. There's so many exercises out there, and there are. So again, tonight I'm going to show you quick 5-6 exercises that you can do simply. There's a lot of information on this new thing I discovered called Google, that you can certainly see a lot of different exercises. And I got something laid out for you as well. I'm afraid of getting too bulky. And again, we talked about this in the last screen. It takes a lot of work to get bulky for anyone. So what we're looking at is 10 to 12 repetitions, 1 to 3 sets, something that's challenging, but certainly something that's not going to wipe you out after the 1 or 2, 3 repetitions. The exercises I show you tonight, you will not get bulky from. You'll get stronger from them. Hopefully you will get leaner from them, but you won't be getting bulky. We would have to do a lot to get bulky. And as I mentioned, that gain of muscle will actually make you leaner because there's extra calories that are going to be burned at rest. So cool. And some just aren't convinced it is necessary. And you know what? That's fair. I believe it's necessary. I believe it's helpful. I believe that it has helped my running. And I always say to them, try it. You know what? Let's try it. Try it for 6 weeks and tell me if it hasn't changed your life. And oftentimes they're pretty convinced that it has. So those are certainly the top 5 that I hear as to why runners typically don't strength train. I'm hoping that after a little bit of discussion that you'll be convinced that, yeah, you should give it a try. Especially if you're serious about your running and you want to do it for a long time. I want to do this for a long, long time. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. And strength training allows me that longevity, I believe. All right, so here's, again, there's multiple exercises for what you want to do. You can mix and change, you can mix and match, you can do your favorites, you can do those that maybe you feel like you need. So here are the main muscle groups. And again, this is not going to be a surprise for any of you. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, abs, back, abductors, adductors. So those are your lateral muscles, your calf muscles. Tonight, I'm going to show you quite a bit for the core, and the core includes your glutes, your abs, and your back. So that's the key. I found in my most extensive races or runs, when I really focused on my core, those were the most successful runs I had. And they're really important. So we want to really get to your quads and hamstrings will typically get quite worked well enough through your runs. Your glutes, as I mentioned, we want to get to abs, absolutely in your back, inner and outer thighs for that muscle support of the joints.
I'm better. I don't know.
All right, so this is what we're going to do tonight. This is a sample workout. It's very simple, nothing too fancy in the movement. It's very quick. So again, I don't want to take longer than 30 minutes. And it's effective. So this is one of my typical workouts. I use 5-pound hand weights with them, whatever you got, or you can go without it. Always establish proper technique before you add weight. If you can slip it in twice a week, hey, I'll take once a week if you can, but keep it consistent. 1 to 3 sets, again, depend on your time, depend on your energy, and obviously always warm up prior to and stretch after. So we will work the squat. The squat works quads, hamstrings, glutes, and if you do it right, you can get your abs involved in that. I'm going to work the skater with you. So again, your lateral movement just for some joint support. We're going to look at the modified single leg deadlift with power arms
Mm.
And some glute bridges with some extensions and a plank, love the plank, and some crunches. So that's what I have in store for you today. Now, just before we get there though, I want to quickly go through, I'm looking at the time. When I first started really getting heavy into running, I was told a lot about carbohydrates. Got to get your carbs in. You got to get your carbs in before races. You know, you had your pasta dinner. Got to get your carbs in. And so I started to really load up on my carbs, which of course are important because they are a good fuel source.
So go to the app store and get Zoom. I'm not.
One of the things that you have to ensure of is that you're getting enough protein. Now, the recommendation 0.6 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound. So figure that out. And however, it will vary depending on the level of runner you are. So I've seen it as far as, you know, as high as 1.2 to 1.7 grams of protein per pound. So take a look at that. As your mileage and intensity increases, so does your need for protein. So we got to really be mindful of how much protein you're absorbing and taking in. So really watch for that. If you don't consume enough protein, as I mentioned earlier, your body starts to use muscle for fuel during the long runs, and we don't want it to. We need our muscles to keep our running strong and allowing us to get to the end of the race. So we got to watch for that. And the protein also allows for recovery. So it gives the muscles the opportunity to repair themselves if you have that protein. So again, be very mindful of that.
Theresa?
Yes.
Question for you. That measurement of protein per pound of weight, is that over what period of time? Is that after a long run, after a workout? Is that over a week?
Great question. It's throughout the day. So you want to sort through that throughout the day. So and again, this is something that you have to decide. Ideally, it's taking that protein throughout the day. I know a lot of people try to sneak it in prior to, sneak it in afterwards. Ideally, you want to spread it throughout the course of the day. There isn't a moment though, and I'm going to go to this in the next slide as to.
That's up to you. What do you think?
So here's Brian. I hope this helps you.
Okay.
Could you please put on your mute?
Do you like
guys?
Do you like pork roast?
I love pork roast, Lori, but can you mute yourself, please?
Okay. Pork.
All right. So run and recovery
Whatever.
again.
Why don't we think about?
What do you think just happened?
I'm going to try to mute everybody here.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Just being a little bit too friendly. He's playing, but
I can't figure that out.
Why don't you think about it? We could do tacos. We could do whatever.
Theresa, can you find it?
I'm trying to find it.
The 3 dots over Lori's name.
Okay.
They should be able to mute there.
Okay. I muted her. All right.
Awesome.
Well, we know what she's having for dinner.
Yeah,
All
we
right. So Brian, I think this is what you were mentioning, or what you, and please let me know if this is not what you meant. The run and recovery. When and what should I consume? Now, this is a sample of my diet. Obviously, this is a female between 140 and 150 pounds. So depending on when you run, I run first thing in the morning, so I wouldn't expect to put in a full meal. So my typical snack before my run, so I'm running early in the morning, would be a hard-boiled egg with a slice of toast. So that's 5 to 10 grams of protein. That'll get me through my run. Obviously, if it's an extensive run, I would pack something in my belt, as I'm sure all of you do. If, let's say, you run later in the day, or after lunchtime, or on your lunchtime, if you have 2 to 3 hours before you run, then we're looking at something more, between 20 and 40 grams of protein. So that's a grilled chicken on, again, 2 slices of whole grain bread, some lettuce, tomatoes, some avocado. So that should give you enough fuel to get you through your runs. Again, this is an average run. On the longer runs, you likely will have to take something with you. The post run, this is within 30 minutes after your run. Now, this is when your body is most apt to absorb whatever you bring in, whatever you're feeding it. So if it's after a hard run, like this tomorrow, for those of you that are going on your hard run, a whole wheat pita with peanut butter or chocolate milk blended with banana and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Now, again, this is for a female. Guys, you're going to need typically more, 17 to 20 grams. Doesn't mean you can't have more afterwards. This is certainly not the extent of your protein. This is within 30 minutes when your body can use it. Bang, it's there. It will help to repair your muscles, those very hardworking muscles that you just spent on the road for, 2 or 3 hours. If it was an easy run, then obviously your post-run option is certainly minimal. So I grab a yogurt with a piece of fruit, some honey, maybe I'll throw in some sliced almonds, and that should be enough for me to feel like I've recovered from my run. But again, Brian, throughout the day, we want to spread that out, let the body use it, store it, and have it ready. I hope that helped. What I use, and I'm going to recommend it, is the Runner's World. Oh gosh, I'm going to get the book for you when we're done our workout. It's my bag, Danielle. It's something that I've used. There's great meal plans. There's great menus, and there's a lot of good tidbits on carbs and proteins and when and where you should eat. If you need some help with that, it's a book that I love. And I recommend. It's The Runner's World, the new complete guide to nutrition. I don't know if any of you have tapped into that, but it's everything that you want. I know I've read a lot of books and I've used a lot of different menu plans that are quite extensive and complex. And this was very simple. So if you can, I would purchase it. It's very cheap buy. I think it's like $12. So I would pick that up. But the overall message I do want to send as far as diet goes, it's a lot of trial and error. I've been running again for over 30 years, and I think like I've just figured it out, what my body can handle, what I need. And what works for me may not work for Tammy. What works for me may not work for Brian. And I have friends who they do something with their diet and it's completely different from what I do. It's a lot of experimenting. What can I eat beforehand? What do I need during my run? What do I need after my run? So a lot of trial and error depending on your stomach issues, your digestion, and where you are and how long you're running. So I know there's a lot of information. It's hard to do, to put into 30 minutes, but I'm hoping that I'm able to give you a few bits along the way. This is recorded. You will have access to it. So if you want to look at the slides again, you can do that. All right, so I'm going to switch things over. I want to get you working out. For those of you that are running tomorrow, you might want to go without any resistance tonight. So just go through the movements, get the movements going, and then add resistance when you are on a lighter day. For now, all you need is a little bit of space. I'm in my living room. There's not a whole lot of space required. Again, I'm going to use 5-pound dumbbells. You can use 3s, 5s, 8s. I certainly wouldn't work more than that right now. And we'll see how we make out. So I'm going to get some music for you as soon as I figure everything out. That's Lori. All right, so I'm going to have you standing. I'm going to warm you up. And then we'll get down to business. Something. All right, so I'm gonna play the music, and you guys let me know how it sounds, and then we'll get to work. All right, can we hear that? That's good. All right, so we're gonna get to standing. Again, you don't need a whole lot of space. I hope you have your running shoes on. All right, when you're ready, we can start off with a nice light jog. All right, relax your shoulders. Holding here. Nice and easy. All right, you're gonna give me a squat side to side. So you can squat. I will show options because I don't know all of you. I don't know what your fitness level is like. So I'm gonna show options. Press through. Take it tall as you stand. All right, let's jog again, nice and light. Nice and light. So relax your shoulders. Stay on the balls of your feet. I know this is very familiar to you. Hold in here. Now if you like, little shift side to side. In here. Good. All right, back to your squat. Let's go again. Squat. So I'm going to give you about a 3-minute warm up. Press through. Nice and tall. Stand tall. Reach tall. So right away, I want you to engage the abs. All right, got a little lunge back, little step back, little touch back, little touch back. There we go. Just find your space behind you. Hold in here. Touch back, touch back. Good. Here's 4. All right, back to your jog. Nice and light. Nice and light. Once again, if you want to shift it side to side, hold in here. Good. Here's 4. All right, let's squat again, step squat, step squat. Now, how far you go on that squat is going to be your call. We're just warming up, so I'm not expecting you to work on this just yet. Push through. All right, let's lunge it back, touch back. Little touch back. Good. Over here. 4 more. After 4, I'm going to add 1 more move to your warm up. Here's 2. All right, we got knees up. Here we go. We're going to drive up. Here we go. So we're looking for drive in the arms. We exaggerate the knees up. Push through. There you go. Drive. Let's run it out. Holding steady. Also a good warm up to do before you run. Holding here. Shift it. Relax it. 4, 3. Let's squat again. Here we go. Squat. Come up tall. Now, can we think about squeezing to the glutes? So here comes that glute activation. Find it. There's so much power back there. We want to use it. Lunge it back. Touch back. Touch back. Push through. Push. We got 4 more right here. This is our last time through, then we're going to get down to it. All right, here come your power knees. Drive the arms. Drive. Push off. We go straight up, straight down. Holding. Good. Last 4. Need a big stretch up. Big stretch. Good. Let it go. Hands on thighs. Give me a little roll. Shoulders back. All right, we're going to grab your hand weights if you got them. If not, let's go without. When you're ready, we're going to start with the squat. Keep your hands home. Squat. Drive up. Now, I know you're all familiar with this. I'm going to change this slightly just to add some variety. Pressing through. Squat. Push up. Now, here we go. We're going to squat. Touch back. One leg. Stay low. Come on in. Drive up. Squat again. Squat. Touch back. Nice and long with a straight leg. Come on up. Let's do it again. Squat. Touch back. Hold low. Drive up. Let's do it again. Squat. Nice and long. Hold. Coming through. Stand up. All right, a little faster. Here we go. Squat. Touch. Drive up. Squat. Touch. Good. Let's try it again. So we're finding the glutes. We're overloading the quads. Press through. Let's do it again. So I'm going to squat, lengthen up the leg, the straight leg. It's not a lunge. Reach. Stand up. Push. Stand tall. Press through. Reach. Oh, I missed it. Try it again. Squat. Now stay here. Give me 3 of these. Here's 2. Here's 3. Stand up. Let's go again. Squat. Reach for it. Notice the overload on the standing leg. Stand up. Let's do it again. Squat. Push. Push. Drive it through. Stand up. Let's go again. Squat. Reach. Reach. Nice and long. We do it again. Try a couple more times. Squat, push, push, and reach. Stand up tall. Let's go again. Squat, nice and long. Now, are your abs on? Abs on? Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up. We're going to try it again. Shoulders back. When you're ready, let's squat clean. Now, can you give me more depth in your squat? On the way up, I want you to squeeze through the cheeks. Tighten up through the abs. Tighten up. Reach to me. Squeeze up strong. Come all the way up on this. All the way up. Push through. All right, let's go singles. Touch back. Good. Stand up. Squat. When you stand, squeeze through the glutes. Squat. Push. Stand up. Push. Ready for that triple threat right here. Squat. Hold it. Hold it. Push. Stand up. Let's do it again. Sit and reach. And reach. Regular squat, straight out. Reach to me, reach to me. Come a little lower, squeeze a little taller. Push. So this is our basic move. You can't go wrong with the squat. Squeeze. And again, push. And relax. Shake it out. Any variation of squats, leg presses, step ups, anything like that, perfect. All right, I'm going to show you move number 2. It is a skater. So we're going to work those lateral muscles that support the knee. So we're going to reach over to one side and hold. Push and hold. Drive off. Drive off. Drive. Push. Go reach. So work that balance. Hold on. Push. So here's what we're doing. We're strengthening the muscles, but you know, we're also strengthening the joints. Train the joints to stabilize. Push. Push. So we got the runner arms. Drive. Load it. I'm going to show profile. Push. Go reach. All right, we're going to take this a little faster. Drive. Push. Keep those arms pumping. We want to be able to work the bottom half and keep the upper body involved. Stay here, stay here. Find your glutes. Push, push. You got just 4 more here and 3. Hold on for 2. All right, let's relax and hold. Shake it out. Shake it out. We're gonna start off slow again. Are you ready? Let's get low. Tighten up your abs. Find those glutes. When you're ready, power hold. Power hold. Power hold. There we go. Drive. Strong upper body. Push through. Body gotta work together, doesn't it? Push. Push, you got singles. Let's go. Drive. Drive. Give me power pushes. Let me come a little closer. Push up. Push up. Do you feel the glutes on this? Can you give me 8 more tries? 8 more. 8. Push it. The arms are strong, yeah? The abs are tight. Hold on. Push. Push. 4, 3, and relax. Shake it out. I'm going to give you one more. One more round. A little bit of elevation in the heart rate. Woo. Shoulders back. Once again, nice and strong. Load it up. Abs on. Push up. Hold. Hold. Push. Push up. Push up. Yeah, let's load up those joints in a controlled, powerful way. Push up. Push up. And it gets slow and controlled. It comes with abs on. Abs on. All right, let's go singles. Let's finish up. Push. Push. I want you to find your glutes on this. I hope they're talking to you. Push up, push up. push. Last 8 to finish. Last 8. Here we go. 8, 7. Finish off. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good work. Shake it off. All right, we got one more standing. It's a modified deadlift. So we're gonna reach down. Let's reach down to your right leg. Your back leg is long, so I want you to notice the leg is long. There's no weight on the back leg. It's loading up the front. And you're gonna stand tall. So you're gonna reach down, pull up. Reach long, come on up. So I have my left leg going back. I'm focusing on my right side. I want to work my right, work the front, go push. Simple movement, isn't it? Simple. Drive up. And again, use that front leg to pick your body up. Go long, coming up. Or are you coming up the whole way? That's important. Yeah, it gets the core involved. Make your switch. Slow, drive up. Take it long. Now, be careful we're not kicking it out of that back leg. It's the front leg that's gonna carry my back leg back to start. Let's do it again. Reach. So there's your move. We're gonna change it up in the next round. And again, you don't have to be all fancy. Push. All right. And relax. Shake it out. Shoulders back. When you're ready, we're going to take this a little quicker. So it looks like this. Quick. Drive up. Go reach. Drive up. Let's go again. Reach. Opposite leg. Coming up. Go touch back. Coming up. Now I'm going to roll up onto the ball of my foot so we get a little bit of calf work here. Yeah? Push low. Let's go again. Touch. Drive up. Boom. Go long. Drive up. And push. Go reach. All right, we got another set right here. Another set. Reach down. Are your abs on? Is your back leg long? Are you using that front leg? And are we driving right up onto the ball of your foot? Go push. Let's make the switch. Reach and lift. And again, reach and lift. And again, touch down. Coming up. Push low. Coming up. Again, long and lift. Go long and lift. Push low. Drive up. Another set, another set. Touch down. Come on up. And again, touch down. Come on up. Touch down. And lift. One more. Up. And lift. All right, let's take your left leg back. Now we'll place it into your lunge. We're gonna go down and we're gonna drive up. Come on down. Drive up. Take it low. Coming up. Let's go singles. We're pushing off that front leg as we did in the first round. Find your right glute, driving through. Push. Stay down and hold. 3, 2. Squeeze for the glutes. Squeeze for the glutes. So I'm digging into my heel. Driving up. Step it in, shake it out. Make our switch. When you're ready. Nice and smooth. Sink into it. Drive out of it. Sink into it. Can you feel your running getting better already? Think about it now. If you get those muscles strong, how much better will each strike feel? Push. Singles, let's go. Catch it, push it, catch it, push it, control it, drive it. Push and lift. Good, give me 2 more. 2. Take it down. 3, 2. Push through your heels, squeeze the glute. So we got the quads, hamstrings, glutes, all working together as they should. One more. Push through, up, squeeze up, shake it out. Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna take you to the floor. So if you got a mat or a towel, bring it down with you. When you're ready, relax on your back. Feet hip distance apart, you're gonna squeeze up. Now you know this one. If you like, you can take load on the hips. 1 or 2 hand weights, or nothing at all. Come through. And lower. And again, so we're gonna squeeze. All right, watch what happens next. So we know this bridge. All right, I want you to take it up. Take it up, hold it. Extend your left leg straight out, straight out. Contract your quad. Gather in with your hamstring, hold your hips up, and then lower. Stay on that leg. Same thing, same side. I'm gonna stay on the left side. So we're gonna squeeze, push straight out. Come in and lower. So I'm gonna feel the left quad. I'm gonna pay attention to the left hamstring. But you know what's doing all the work? The right glute. Because it's gonna work to keep my hips up off the floor through the whole thing. And lower, let's do it again. Squeeze, extend, nice and long, contract, feel it, and lower. We got singles, here we go. Squeeze, extend, and lower. Squeeze. So again, we all know the bridge, but can we work it so it works better for us? Take it up and hold, take it up and hold. Hold here, extend. Now let's push up. Dig with your right heel. Are we feeling glutes? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Squeeze that right cheek, strong, 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 and release. Come on down. Good, hug it in. Stretch it out. Simple strength moves, aren't they? All right, when you're ready, we try it again. Squeeze onto both hips lifting at the same time. Let's get you going. Again, you can add resistance on the hips. I'm gonna go without it and release. And again, all right, I'm gonna head to the other side nice and slow. Squeeze up 2, squeeze up, hold it. Extend your right leg now straight out, not up. Curl it in and lower. Feel that left glute engaged as you extend, as you come in. Press through, let's go again. Squeeze it, squeeze. Push away. Coming in and lower. Can we try that one more time slowly? I want you to feel the hamstring on this. Squeeze the quad. Now think about the hamstring. All right, we got singles. Here we go. Up, extend, pull in and lower. Squeeze, push. So not enough just to go through the movement. We want to feel this. Squeeze. All right, let's take it up and hold. Take it up and hold. Extend that right leg. Knees line up. Let's drive to that left side. Squeeze, dig to that left heel. Tighten up the left glute. Squeeze, squeeze, and relax. Take it in. And press through, release. Good. All right, so that's enough for the bottom half. I want to quickly go into a little bit of fun stuff with the plank. So I'm going to show lots of options again. You take what you need. I'm going to start you off with a high plank. So you can hold yourself right here. Wrists are right underneath the shoulder. You can also take it down to your elbows. I'm going to take you up here for this exercise. So I'm going to tighten up my abs. I'm going to be strong through my back. I'm going to roll my shoulders through. All right, I'm going to drive my right knee into my right elbow, then my left. Drive. Come back to a nice long body. Push, abs on. Go reach and reach. I'm going to turn myself so you can see. Pull. Reach open. Go long and long. 2 more. Good, now come on down. Soften up. Stretch through. Sometimes our own body weight is all we need. So you have options. You can stay in your plank or your hover. You can add that knee drive. You're gonna add to it. Nice and strong. Tighten up your abs. Relax your shoulders. We're gonna go knee drive. Knee drive, soft to your knees. Tricep push up. Push right up to your toes. Knee drive. Knee drive, soft to your knees or stay on your toes. Drive up to your toes. Drive. Drive, soft to your knees. Push low. Push up, 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 up. Drive. Drive, soft to your knees or your toes. And push up. Drive. Drive, soft to the knees. Push up. And lift. Can you give me one more? Hoop. Hoop. Soft. And push up. And relax back. Good. In a couple of weeks, Lori's going to show you lots of great stretches to do to complement everything else that you're doing. Roll through the wrists. We're going to try that one more time. So our goal is the entire core, right? Stabilize to that midsection. Again, we get a strong core, it will change your running life. All right, nice and strong. Let's do it again. Let's try. Maybe the opposite leg comes first. Pull. Soft knees, triceps. Push to your toes. Let's go again. Drive. Drive. Soft. Push. And lift. And again. Well, good news is, more upper body than bottom half. So on your run tomorrow, hopefully you'll be okay. Drive up. Let's try it again. Open up. Yes. How are those hips? Are they a little tight? Open up. Last one, last one. Press through and drive up. Come on back. Shake it out. Roll through the wrists. All right, we got just enough time for some ab work. Shake out those arms. Relax through. And who doesn't like a few crunches? All right, so let's rest down. Hands behind your head. Head is relaxed. Elbows nice and wide. Chin off your chest. We begin with that small crunch. You're gonna squeeze up to and release. So again, let's think about this. We've been working out for about 25 minutes now. Think about everything that we've done in that short amount of time. You got singles. So can you fit this in throughout the course of your week? Even if you have to separate it, half of it one day, half of it the other day. 2 by 2 again, squeeze 2 and lower. Squeeze 2 and lower. Now bring your knees in, cross at the ankles. I want you to drag the bottom half and push it away. Drag. Again, drag it in. Use your abdominals to carry your knees towards your chest. Push your belly into the floor. You got singles, let's go. Squeeze. 3 pulses coming in. Squeeze, squeeze. Let it go. 3, 2, and again. 3, 2, just one more. 3, 2, and let it go. Stretch longer. Such little investment for so much reward. All right, feet flat, hands behind your head. Ready to finish this up? We're going to take this side to side, so we look like this. We're going to cross over. Cross over. Elbows are going to stay nice and wide. We lead with the shoulder pushing through. One side, 3 pulses now. 3, 2, let it go. Squeeze 3, 2, you got it? Let's do it again. 3, 2, just one more. Back to single, side to side. Here we go. Squeeze, tighten. So we draw that belly into the floor. We slide the hips towards the ribs. Center onto, coming in. Now we draw in and drag up. Squeeze. Bad breath. Exhale. And just one more. And relax. Good stuff. Knees pull in. Open up those knees outside your rib cage. Body rolls up. Come on up. All right, let's cross over. Chest lifts. And let's turn away from the shoe. Draw the hip in. Lift that chest up. Take a look over your back shoulder. As mentioned, Dan, there's so many different exercises that you can do to strengthen all those important muscles. Core is key, right? You want to get that low back, glutes, the abs involved in keeping the body strong. Give me a little tip from the hip. Stretch out. Relax your shoulders. And shake it out. And that's your workout. Quick strength in 30 minutes or so. And there we go. Are there any
You
questions,
killed
Dave?
that. Whoa.
Are there any questions, anybody?
It was very good.
Awesome. So thank you for joining. Good luck with all your running adventures. And if you have any questions, don't be shy to drop us a line. And hopefully we can answer any questions you might have, whether it's on nutrition or strength training. And Lori, like I said, Lori will have you doing some yoga and some stretching, which will be wonderful for you as well. So all the best.
T, you got a message. You got a question from the
There's a couple of
chat.
chat
It is,
questions. Yeah.
Oh,
what snack do you recommend runners bring to get energy during the run? Something other
During
than
the run.
energy gel.
well, again, I never used gel, and it just because it didn't work for me. So I understand the question. I used, I would put peanut butter on a pita, cut it in small pieces, put it in my pouch. I have cookies. There are some bars that I would use, but I made my own protein bars with, and again, if you go into this book, there's a lot of great protein bars you can make yourself. So I would make those beforehand, cut them up in small pieces and put them in my pouch. So yeah, I'm not a gel person either, but anything that I knew my body could absorb and not be upset by, again, a lot of trial and error. But I also, almonds I've used. Anybody else want to share what you use for your snacks? But almonds was something I used a lot as well. Again, something that I was able to manage. Some people do not handle. Dates. Yeah, thanks, Marika. I love dates. That's another good one. Who else we got?
What's your website if people want to look up when the videos and classes are and that sort of stuff?
It's Fitness for All. We will send, Lori, will we send the link? Or
Yeah, we'll
I
send
think-
you all that
yeah.
information, Brian,
Okay,
for
cool.
sharing. Absolutely, yeah.
That's
And
cool.
the first 2 weeks is a trial period, so you're not bound to anything. But yeah, we have strong body classes 4 times a week, and your very own Tammy Clark teaches one of them. And it's Michelle Kerr, some of you might know her as well, teaches them. And we do these cardio strength and interval classes and core classes. And
Lots of core
yeah,
classes.
and I did put in the chat, we are starting a 5-minute plank challenge starting on February 1st. Every week we add 15 seconds to a 45-minute plank till we get to 5. It's a lot of fun. A lot of banter that goes on our Facebook page. So I'll send all that.
We need to get Jenny in that, Tammy.